Hello, buddy, and welcome back to the All Right Podcast. Remember, it's not the best podcast, but it's not the worst podcast. It's just an All Right
An
Podcast.
alright podcast.
Guys, this is episode 40. We're on episode 40 of this podcast. And for the 40th guest, I thought I'd bring on a guest that's been on. That sounded like Mr. Crab. I would bring on a guest that's been on twice already. That one in my room where I am now, one in the actual studio that I had, and now on Zoom. So this is your first time on Zoom, us doing this podcast. So you're kind of on different platforms. You were on literally different platforms.
Yeah, it's
on my
weird.
platforms. So this is James Byrne. For the people who don't know, he's an actor. He is also a maniac, and he is now Shaggy Rogers from Scooby-Doo, as you can see. So James, tell a bit about yourself to the people that don't know you.
I'm Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an actor. I actually recently applied to go back and do acting in college, and I'm going to go to Sally Noggin. That's going to be a big good crack.
Yeah, you got accepted into it for September. And how do you think that's going to go now with all this going on?
I don't know. I recently, actually, literally just a few minutes ago there, I seen that it came up on the internet that we've basically flattened the curve of the virus from isolating. There most likely won't be a peak.
Yeah,
is what they're saying. I remember they kept on saying that there's going to be a peak in the virus and there's going to be a high death toll. There already has been. They say it's might not accelerate from this to where it is. It might just remain for a week or two, but then start to drop and drop and drop.
So do you reckon, I know this is hard to ask or hard to say inside that and like predicting, but what is your prediction of when this will probably go back to normal, where we can actually go out and people can go to work in college and so what's your prediction?
I don't think it's not really going to go back to normal, because there's not a vaccine that can fully cure it yet or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to be going back to normal for, I can't say, for like a year or two.
Yeah. And do you think that from that year or two, do you think we're going to adapt, and when it does go back to normal, that life won't be the same, that we'll be more when it comes to
people be more health conscious and everything? Like, people are going to like change themselves after this, I think.
Yeah, for the likes of people lining up in lines at like Tesco's and so, and the social distancing, do you think that the government itself, do you think that the rules that they laid down was the right thing to do?
At the time, yeah, we acted faster than a few countries. We should have acted a lot earlier, but sure, look, it is what it is now. It's very sad at the same time, but everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and it seems to be working along the lines of that.
Yeah, I asked David this. David was the 39th guest. His podcast was up yesterday. So his podcast was up yesterday, and I was asking him, do you think this virus was man-made, or was it actually, did it come from the markets? What's your theory of it? What do you understand about this virus like that, where it came from?
Lizard people.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm one of these people. I think further than further, if you know what I mean. Like, who's to say that just the common cold itself wasn't man-made thing?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, it's weird. You never really know. Like, there is a lot of messed up people out there that actually, like scientists and all that, sell shit to other countries to profit off it, but some other countries might be saying, oh, we're doing it to get vaccines for certain things and everything, but I don't fucking know. It's a bizarre thing. Like,
someone said there was a theory going around that the labs that they use to test animals with for different diseases, that they weren't using the bats anymore, but someone in the actual place sold them for a bit, like Joe, for a bit of money or so like that as well. They sold these animals to a market, and that one of them was like, Joe, like it got put out. One of them that got contaminated got put out, and then someone, and then that's how the virus started. There was like weird conspiracies about that, like the shit people come out with, like it's crazy.
You really don't know what to believe, but regardless, there needs to be a vaccine, and I don't know what way it's going to be done, but I don't know.
What do you think about people? What do you think about people that say no to vaccines? They're like, "Oh, I don't want to get the swine flu vaccine. I don't want to do it," because there was a lot of people that came out saying that. Now this is what I heard, that their kids got vaccines or so, but they became autistic. Like they had the spectrum of it.
That's a thing that's been running for years and years.
Yeah.
In my opinion, something's never really fully tested, because to be fully tested, it has to be on the same person. Just say 100 people for 100 years. That's something that's fully tested. That's well over a lifespan, like.
Yeah.
And then after the 100 years is over, then you know what happens to who and
but sadly we won't
different people.
Yeah, sadly we wouldn't.
That's the thing. Nothing's ever going to be truly tested. Like,
yeah, we like our generation, like, and then the older generation, and then the younger generation. We won't know from 100 years from our lifetime. Now we could be lucky, and some of us could live up to like past 100, and we could find out. But I highly doubt that a lot of us will. Do you get me? I highly doubt it. Like, but I did ask, because any guest that comes on, I do want to ask them about this, because this is a topic it's a thing that's happening right now. So I do want to get everybody's views, their different views on it and so like that. So everybody so far had a different view on it, including yourself. You and David seemed more chill, and then the other two, Jonah and Sean, they seemed more. They had a lot more to say about it and so like that as well. Not that like they had more to say on it, as in like they knew more. It's just they had different opinions towards what you and David would say. Do you get me? The likes of that.
Yeah.
But I do want to go off this course, and I do want to go back to the likes of yourself. And you said you're going to college, and I asked, what's it going to be like if college does end up being like this? Because there is a lot of colleges right now where you have to go on the Zoom classes every day. And people have to do it from their homes as well. So do you reckon if you have to still stay at home by then and you have to go on Zoom classes, do you think it's going to be do you think it's going to still be the same experience as it would be if you went to college?
Not a chance.
No? Like working from home, doing classes from home?
Actors and movie writers and directors and everyone that goes into film, art, music, anything like that, they're just weird people. And they need to meet each other in person. Like that, I didn't know what to fucking make of it when I went to Biffy beforehand. But you need to meet these people to just, because everyone kind of puts on smiling face behind the camera when you're at home and video chatting and everything like that. But it just would not be the same. Like,
no. That's what I'd be afraid about. I still didn't hear back from my college. My sister heard back from the same college that I'm going to. This year she's going to do arts, and I wanted to go back and do the film and television or the cinematography, and I still haven't heard anything back. So I don't know whether to email them or not and see what happens. But thank God that you applied for yours and you got into yours, because that's something you wanted to do. And you said in the last podcast you've been wanting to do for a while now as well. So
yeah, because the Biffy just didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I just wasn't in the right place at the right frame of mind at the time. And I did the year, but I didn't actually complete a lot of stuff in it. It's just because my head wasn't in it at all.
Yeah.
I was straight out of school, didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. It was more so kind of like, sure, I'll go do acting. That'd be a bit of crack, like.
Yeah.
But then it turned out that I actually really liked it. So that this is kind of my second chance that I'm giving myself to go in and do this right and know that I'm going to put myself in it 100%.
Yeah. My dog just walked in. Mia, get out. Nicola, close that door, please. Thanks. I'm on the podcast, Nick. Go on. Shut that door, please. Thanks. Nice one. Thank you. Sorry about that, people. The dog keeps walking in. Like I've done two podcasts a day, James, and you're the third person to do a podcast with, and the dogs have been walking in all the time. So I'm like, you little fuckers. But for the likes of that, so for the likes of actors, what do you think, in your opinion, because actors can't go out now and do a job, people that are that want to be actors and that are going to do free gigs and all. How do you think, in your own personal experience, with your own personal opinion, how do you think that's going to affect them after all this? Do you think there's going to be a lot more acting jobs out there because a lot of people have time to write more scripts in isolation? Do you think there's going to be more jobs than ever?
It's going to be like, I reckon, coming around the end of this year, going into next year, it's going to be like a tidal wave of jobs.
Yeah, so everybody that, because you do want to get into do more short films as well, don't you?
Yeah, because obviously I did the lotto ticket with yourself, but
yeah,
I'd like to have more to show for myself as well.
Mm.
And I'd actually, one day like to have a paid acting job.
Yeah, I think that's what the all, isn't it? It's like when you put up on the jobs, up on Jobs Ireland, Actors Ireland, so like that as well. They always say make sure you put paid or unpaid because I guarantee you, if you said paid, you get a lot more people interested than you would, and that's understandable because if you're going to pursue if you're going to pursue a dream in acting and so like that, you don't want to keep doing free gigs for like years and years and years. You want to get paid, especially like you, that you're going to college now and you're going and you're studying and you're putting all your time and effort into that. You're putting finance into that as well, and you coming out with a cert saying that I'm an actor, I perform art, I perform theatre, and I went through that and I've done what I had to do to not do paid gigs. So when you come out all of this, would you be willing to say no to non-paid gigs, knowing that you have a degree in it?
No, because in my opinion now, I don't think I've done enough to really turn them down. Obviously, I'd still turn down certain things depending on what they are.
Yeah.
If the script's really weird or some shit.
Yeah,
like
it's just not you, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, for likes of that. But how would you get ready for a role? Let's say that.
Chicken roll.
Oh, I'd love a chicken roll. Don't even start. I went to get. Hold on. I know we're going off topic now, right? But James mentioned
Acting chicken rolls.
I get chicken rolls all the time now after from this quarantine, and I went to Centra this morning and I went to get a chicken roll, and the woman said, "Sorry, I just put all the chickens in the oven and they won't be ready for 15 minutes." And I was like, I can't wait 15 minutes. So I had to get a ham coleslaw and lettuce roll, and it wasn't the same. Like I've been eating, I've only been eating Subways and chicken rolls for like the past week or two. That's all I'm saying. It depends what you get in it. No, I don't think it's healthy. I'm starting to see more chins on myself as well, for likes of that. But
and after all this quarantine stuff is over, I'm going to be able to roll downtown.
Yeah, because you've been getting a lot of desserts, haven't you? Your girlfriend Sarah has been giving you a lot of cakes and baking a lot of cookies.
Cakes.
What's the nicest thing she's baked so far since this happened? Since she's baking,
I think it was like she made like mini eggs.
Yeah.
She put those on top of like blondies.
No.
They're basically like, they're kind of like brownies.
Yeah.
But they're not really. Right. And she had like loads of white chocolate all over the top of them, and then mini eggs on top, and it was just like, I couldn't even eat one, but they were so fucking nice.
Why couldn't you eat just not one? Like,
because it was so full, like filling. Yeah, Jesus, it was so nice.
But well, throughout all of this and sitting in all the time, what are you doing to keep yourself occupied?
Animal Crossing.
Now we're going to get into this now, so prepare for about 4 hours of the talking, money messing. Yeah. So James, you recently got a Switch and something that you wanted for ages, and you got this game called Animal
Follow your
Crossing.
dreams. Get a Switch.
And please, I don't even know what it is. So please, for the people out there that don't understand as well, explain a bit of Animal Crossing there.
It's just like, best way to put it is like, it's nearly like meditation in a way. It's just such a calming game to play. Like, it's so relaxed. Yes, it may or may not want to make you not go outside.
Yes.
But like, it's just so fun. It is really addictive gameplay, but
What is
like
that? Is
it's
that
just
because of
so
the
calming.
music in it, the what you can do in
There's
it?
like
Like,
literally like you catch fish
yeah,
and then you bring them to the museum and then you can look at them in the museum and there's really relaxing music playing and you can just kind of sit there and you're nearly staring at the screen doing absolutely nothing but you're just like, yeah, I get life now. I
yeah.
understand life.
I get the virtual life, yes.
Yeah.
And you can play multiplayer, can't you? You were telling me, Nicola, earlier you can play multiplayer. So if you want to have friends, you can.
Yeah, you can do it like kind of if someone's beside you, you can play with them, or you can play online as well.
Yeah. And since you got the Switch, how much has your life changed, James?
Not much. Gotta be
You
honest.
sure?
Not
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
No, it didn't impact them whatsoever.
No, no, no. I haven't been off it the last 3 days, but other than that, no.
I mean,
No.
you're saying it's not impacting your life. You haven't been off it for the last 3 days.
Man, what else are we supposed to be doing? Like,
Don't know. Are you because a lot of people during this are just like myself, are just eating whatever they want, they're not exercising or so. Are you keeping up with any healthy food or any exercising or anything like that?
walk to the shop and back.
Good man, that's his exercise. That's still exercise.
No, I kind of on and off with my health.
Yeah, like you
Um,
balance it out.
yeah, I kind of balance it out between days. Like if I have a sneaky takeaway on the weekend, then obviously for the next couple of days I'd eat fairly healthy. Like,
Yeah, fair
so
enough.
it's alright.
So what's up with the new? Is that the new tapestry? Is that only new?
Oh no, that's one of my old ones.
I've
I
never
just put
seen
up.
that.
This is a mattress against the wall,
Oh,
and it's just up over it.
I've never seen that. I've been up in your house. I said in your house.
Um,
Like, I haven't seen that. I thought that was
I don't
brand
think
new.
I had it up then.
Yeah, I just yeah. So for the likes of yourself, James, you started your own podcast.
I
Um,
did indeed. Gem
how
in
is that?
mind.
How is that going?
It's going somewhere. I haven't been doing it now for a while.
Yeah,
Might get a couple of people. I see. I might set something up like this with the Zoom and everything like
yeah.
that.
I think you are. I think about before we started this podcast, we were talking about kind of the podcast while you were doing this, saying that I like literally for the people that know, or sorry, for the people that don't know, I was paying €10 for an hour in a bloody place that I had to cycle to every Monday morning. And don't get me wrong, it was good. It got me out of the house, but for people to be able to sit in their own comfort, like I was saying to you before we started this podcast, it's people for sitting in their own comfort and talk to someone like this on there. It's just so much easier. I
Like a
find
lot more relaxed.
it's so chill, but like, cause it's literally you do forget. Like you do forget when I was recording with Sean, yesterday, and I was recording with Sean and David, yeah, and when I was recording with David, I forgot that I was recording. I thought we were just FaceTiming. So I kind of had to watch what we say. And then David said something. And I was like, watch what you say, David. Watch what you say. Because you know the way David is. So I was like, just watch what you say, David. And he was like, oh, no, I will. I was like, well, okay. Because I forgot. I literally did forget. Because the fella Sean, his name is Sean Bryan. And I was like, welcome, Sean Bryan. I was like, Brian, the man with the two first names, and he was like, yes. But he was talking about his films. He's the guy that made Scarlet with Greg Young is in it as well, and James Stephen Walsh and Nina Donnelly is in it as well. I want to get James on James Stephen Walsh on. I want to get Nina on as well. I might get the two of them on at the same time. Maybe I might ask them. But for the likes of you, who would you like to get on as a guest for your podcast if you could get them?
Now I'm going to get Bobby on.
Mm-hmm.
I actually seen Bobby the other day. Seen him down in the shop.
Oh,
See, that's the thing. I know I'm gonna get my friend Jake on because Jake is just a cool character. He's just he paints. He goes to Bali a lot, and he's like the real life Shaggy. I know you said I look like Shaggy, but it's just he's just like, yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah,
just goes with the flow and does what he wants to do.
No, but he's proper all like I am one with the universe. But like the chap doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do nothing. He's just so connected with life. It's really weird. But it's cool.
Yeah, because
I just want to get I do want to have lots of different people on it and talking about anything really, acting, directing, life, everything. Like
because I was saying to Sean that this is now the perfect time to not have any excuses. To if you want to go do something, you can do it. To a certain extent, say if you want to write a script or you want to do a monologue and you want to put, because Bobby, see Bobby putting up his monologues. He was making up monologues and he was putting them up. So he's at home, he's doing nothing, so he can put up monologues. And I was saying to Sean that he can write a script, and John, his next script, his next film, he can go on and start doing. But for like yourself and your podcast, literally, hi, just give them a text saying, hi, do you want to come onto the podcast? Do you know Sir Steve O'Timity? He does the Kathleen videos in his car. He's like, Kathleen, he liked a lot of my stuff when I was making the music video. And we have text like back and forward before, not very much, just every now and again. But I'm going to text him tomorrow and say, here, is there any chance, just to say, is there any chance if you can come on and do a 15-minute podcast even, or a half an hour with me and get him on? Because I would like, the one person I would like on now at the moment is him, to get a bit of like people behind him, because he shared my music video onto his story, on his story, so we got a little bit more views for it to get me. So I'd like him to come on, and I think it'd be a great chat, and I think it'd be good to boost up the channel as well if you can get people like that.
No, I just have to figure out a good way to approach it, really. And that's my problem also. I'm afraid of approaching people.
Don't, man, just text them. It's not like you're doing it face to face. That's why I was like, oh, if this is down face to face, I wouldn't be able to. But it's just literally a text. And if you hear, nah, I can't, or nah, man, or maybe some other time, you're like, all right, Grant, perfect. But when this is all over, James, we are going to be all meeting up. Rebecca, our friend Rebecca, flew over, had to fly back over, and we were supposed to meet up, and all. We were all supposed to stay over in my house. And I think when all this is over, we're all going to go to probably Edinburgh or something.
Platform pizza and bread.
Platform pizza as well. I forgot about that. But we did say that we can go on a little small holiday or something if we want. But I'd love to go to Edinburgh. But if you wanted to go somewhere else other than Edinburgh, where would you like to go that all of us could go? Somewhere cheap, probably.
Go stay in the Bellagio in Vegas.
Vegas? I wouldn't be able to afford Vegas.
Did you ever see the rooms in the Bellagio?
No.
Fucking hell, pricey. Yeah. I don't know, to be honest.
Would you go to Paris, France? Would you go to Belgium, Germany? Would you go to Germany?
I'd actually like to go to Belgium, but in the winter time.
Why in the winter?
Because it just has incredible markets and everything at Christmas time.
Oh, Christmas time.
Maybe we'll go to the Dam.
The Dam. We said we'd go to Amsterdam. Yeah. There's a photo. Everybody takes this photo, and it's not at the Rock. It's the sex shop, the sex place, and there's a big, huge Mickey with balls, and you sit on the beside the balls. And I don't know why, but I just want to sit beside that and take the photo and just go like that. I don't know why. That's a bucket list.
I found the Mickey.
but if we were to go to Amsterdam, what would be the 3 top main attractions you'd like to go to?
I don't know.
Don't say a weed shop.
What?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, you said it looked like Shaggy. He's a stoner.
Yeah, he's a stoner, yeah.
I don't know. I've never really looked into Amsterdam. I've only ever really seen people talk about it and stuff.
My friend went with his girlfriend ages ago, and they went to a live show. And they didn't know what it was, and they went in, and there was 2 people on the bed having sex in front of everybody. It was a live show, a sex show, and he said that there's fellas in the back, like way in the back, and they're like touching themselves. And he was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like, and he said, but he literally turned around and said, "You have to go see it. It's even though it's weird, it's fucking amazing." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's art. Like I'd like to go see I'd like to go to Anne Frank's museum, to go upstairs and sit on the floor and say, they're downstairs. Like, I'd like to do something, but I don't think I would, because that's so disrespectful. But yeah, I think
You might get in trouble for that one.
Do you remember? Yeah, because I think I'd like to go see the Anne Frank Museum. I'd like to go take the photo on the bridge that everybody does, and I'd like to sit beside the big giant penis and take a photo. That's my three kind of things as well. But
What's
you can
your
also
goals
get
in life? I want to sit on a dick.
I want to sit on a big dick and a balls. No, I'd have to explain that better to people. For the likes of that, but you can also take there's nice views of Amsterdam as well, and
Yeah,
if you
it's
go
a
at the
really
right
pretty
time,
place.
yeah, it's a
My
real
mate,
pretty place.
see if I'd be going near there, I'd be going to see my mate Ashleen because she's in Rotterdam as well.
Mate, Ashley,
Yeah.
do you have a friend from Amsterdam, like from itself? Like?
Well, she's from Dublin, but she's living over in Rotterdam.
Oh, Jesus! Would you like to move eventually somewhere? Like, if you had the opportunity to move anywhere, where would you move to?
America.
America. No, I wouldn't
I don't
even.
know,
I
there's
used
a
to say
few
that. I used to say that all the time. Now I'm like, nah, I wouldn't move there. It's fucked up.
Like, I haven't gone to. I've only gone to Vegas in America.
Yeah.
So I can't really say anything about anywhere else.
Well, you've been to Scotland.
Maybe somewhere like Vancouver or something.
What? Why?
Have you never seen Vancouver?
No.
You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't. I think it's in America somewhere.
Look it up.
Is it in America somewhere? Vancouver.
Canada.
That's what I said. Yeah. Yeah, so it is stressful that we all have to sit in and fucking do it, but we're doing our part. And there is this segment. It's the last segment of the show, and I started it, James, and it's a new segment. So it's called Ghost Stories. Ooh, scary. So, James, do you have any ghost stories that you could share with the audience? A ghost story, sorry. Do you have a ghost story, or do you believe in paranormal activity things, paranormal, and two, what, if you have one, what would be your paranormal activity? I'm going to stop talking.
What paranormal?
Stop.
Spooky.
I've done 3 podcasts, me 2 podcasts. I can't talk anymore.
Don't really know if I have any ghost stories. I suppose there was one time in the Wicklow jail, and it was scary as shit, because my dad used to lock up the Wicklow jail after the ghost hunter people went in.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember one time, and he told me to go down to the basement to make sure that the lights were off, and I went down and checked, and then he literally turned off the lights all over the jail in the middle of the night, and it was pitch black. And this was down in a dungeon now, in a haunted jail. So, yeah, that was fun.
So that was probably your scariest ever experience.
No, yeah. If you spend enough time in one place, I do think that you start to get certain feelings. Like, I don't know if it's just kind of the
could be your mind. Could be your mind.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though.
Yeah, you could create things really in your head. Yeah. So like yourself, that would be the only experience that you experience with kind of creepy kind of stuff, like kind of feeling of that vibe or so.
You know, I never really experienced anything.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's okay, because now, when I ask these people, this is the 4th time asking this question, because it's a question at the end of every podcast. Not everybody said yeah. A lot of people said no, and then I'm asking their opinions as well on, do you believe in the afterlife and ghosts and stuff like that, or is it more you believe in energy, that when we leave our bodies, we're still here, but we're just energy?
Kind of both, I suppose. About ghosts and energy, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, because I'd like to believe that this is like a waiting room. We're all in a waiting room right now, and we're all going out to do our own business.
That's the waiting room music.
But when we go, we're going into our forever place. Because it's weird to think, man, that like we're getting into our little Starbucks conversations now. But it's weird to think that when we die, that that's it. It's over. It's so weird to think that that's it. Like I don't know why, but I just don't believe it. I don't believe that after we're dead, that we're gone. Like we can't see again, talk again, like experience things, feel things. I don't believe it. I really don't.
I just think when I die, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a few seconds. There'll be some darkness or light or whatever it is, and then I'll wake up and I'll be sitting in Hobbiton in the Shire.
In the Shire.
In
Imagine,
the
have you
Shire.
ever seen Robin Williams' film, What Dreams May Come?
No.
James, please go watch it. It's
Okay.
amazing. It's
I
no,
will.
it's so good. I'm gonna actually get Nicola to watch it. It's actually so good. Robin Williams, and it's not a spoiler because you literally know by looking at the front cover. But it's about heaven and like it's about afterlife and stuff like that as well. But it's so good. But when I watched that film, the next day or the day after he died, after watching that film, and it was crazy. Like it was all about heaven and hell and what he experiences and stuff like that. But um, the stuff he says in it. So when he died, and you think about it, you go, "Oh my god!" Like
Yeah.
you need to
Mad.
watch it, man. If that's one film I'm recommending you to watch for this whole year, is to watch that film. What Dreams May Come. Robin Williams. Please go check it out for people that want to watch a good film while they're in quarantine. Please watch that film. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
For the likes of that.
It's just I
Yeah.
don't know. That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, like that's a question that we all like. We're all different in so many ways, right? We're all different, but if there's one thing we all have in common is that we're all eventually not going to be here anymore, and that's just the way it is. And that's what one thing. I think that's the one thing uh, that us as human beings, we we
Maybe.
we all experience is literally we're all going to experience death. We're all going to experience maybe whether it's the afterlife or just complete darkness, and we won't even know that we're there anymore.
I'd like to come back as a ghost for a bit.
For a
There's just
bit.
loads of people. Yeah, just for a bit, just to see what it's like.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you. So, say if you died, right, and let's just say that God was real, okay, or there was a there was a higher beam or a power or whatever, right, that you want to believe in, so like that. Imagine you had a choice. You either had a choice to stay there with the family members that chose to stay there, or go back and live the same life, the same way, not knowing. So when you go back, you literally just you're literally living the same life, but you have no idea. Or would you rather stay with them family members in a place that is perfectly made for you, that you've literally no worries, no anxieties. Everybody's happy. It's just no worries at all in your life. What would you? I know it's probably an easy question to answer, but what would you pick? And if you had to come back as either yourself or someone else, what would you come back as?
Which question I'm answering first?
Sorry. What would you rather? Would you rather stay up there? Would you choose not to go back, or would you choose to go back and live the same life that you've lived right now? Do it all over again, but not know that you're doing it all over again.
I don't know, to be
It's a
honest.
hard question, isn't it?
It is.
Because you don't know which family members have chose to stay up there or not. But when you go back, say that eventually everybody in your family, but when you die and everybody else goes and people decide to go back, okay, that you will eventually meet them same people. Say your ma with your ma at the start, but then in the next life, your ma was actually your sister, or your ma was your best friend, or your ma was a guy that was your best friend. And there's always special connections that you have with them people. Because that's what happened to us, James. We, I could have been I could have been your buddy in your last life. I could have been your best friend in your last life, or
No,
whatever.
you're definitely my butler.
Or I could have been your butler, or I could have
Yeah.
been your dog, for all you know. And that's why there's
Woof,
a
woof.
connection there. But what would you rather? Would you rather live your life all over again, not knowing that you're living it all over again, or would you rather stay up there? It's a good question, actually. It's the first question I actually asked someone.
That is a hard question.
That is a hard question, isn't it? Well, we don't have fucking all day, James.
Not really decided.
It's a hard question, man. I don't even know.
Suppose, I don't know. When I die, I just want to be floating in space or some shit.
Floating in space?
Forever.
I would want to be floating in space. Fuck that.
No, but you're not aware. You're not a human. You're not a human being, so you have no need. So you can just kind of chill there and do absolutely nothing.
And would you think that we'd be all like just chilled out, not knowing that we're in space right now and we're
I think
flying around?
The afterlife is just like, I don't know. Maybe it's just completely different for everyone.
Yeah. But I think you should watch What Dreams May Come. I think you'd like it.
Like, who's to say, like, nowadays you see all this stuff about, like, we're possibly living in one dimension of many dimensions in the universe. Like, who's to say that we won't die and then come back in a different universe?
Yeah. That's true. And we could be something else, do something different. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's something to think about. Well, I need to ask you now. You have to choose one. Which one would you choose? Straight off the bat.
That.
Yeah. I have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8.
I suppose I'd come back.
You'd come back. I think that's a good idea. Because I think a lot of people take life for granted and stuff like that as well. And I'm not talking about people
it's very
that decided.
Fucked up life is, but at the same time, it's bizarre and it's just constant learning. It's never going to be the same.
No,
it's always changing. So I know nowadays we're all like guilty of saying, "Oh, I'm bored out of my head" or something like that. But it is constantly changing, and it's never going to be the same.
No, that's a good answer. That was a better answer than I thought you would have. No offense. Right, guys. So this is it for this podcast. James, thanks for coming on once again, and we'll get you back on in the future. If you are doing your podcast, please promote anything that you want to promote right now.
For
podcasts and YouTube channel, anything, like promote anything that you need to promote.
Well, hopefully, when I'm working out in my head, I have two things planned. It's just short sketches that I'm going to put up this coming week, probably near the end of the week. Not too sure, because I'm going to try to get back making videos weekly. Because I can get my camera back, so I'm happy about that. And hopefully, I'll set up a system to start doing podcasts with people. Yeah,
I think you'd be very good at talking to people. Not like me, that stutters. Literally. Right, so thanks very much for coming on for the 40th podcast. We'll get you back on again, as I said. Guys, thanks so much for watching. All the links to James' YouTube channel, his podcast is actually on his YouTube channel, so I'll just leave his YouTube channel down there. Go check him out. He makes sketches. He'll be going back making sketches now, so and trust me, they are funny. So please go check them out and watch them before he puts out his new sketches, just to get caught up on what he's like and what kind of style he has. And please keep an eye out for more podcasts that he's going to start. Guys, thanks for watching. Remember, it's not the best podcast, it's not the worst podcast, it's just
an alright podcast.
Guys, thanks for watching this episode 40, and I'll chat to you in a bit. Bye.